diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to everyone in the Jubilee. Making words up. You've probably figured out by now that I tend to put songs to things that I'm talking about. Something I've always done. I'm good at making up words as I go along. Sometimes it fails inexplicably. Carries like a lead balloon. But oftentimes I'll sing something and it's just funny. It's just funny. Everybody funny. Now you funny too. Oh, I need to check real quick, see if I have a format. Not sure if I have it or not. I don't think that I do. No, it's not in here. I have to go grab it from my email. I'm sure somebody has sent it to me at some point. So, yeah. This can't really go over 45 minutes because I got to take over chairing for a friend. It's what we do, man. We got to take care. We got to have each other's backs, man. So, you guys been on my podcast a few times. I think the least I could do is chair a meeting. Sawyer, let it go. Sawyer. Bastion, leave him alone, dude. All right. Got an older cat. He's just a cranky fuck. He's 3 minutes late. Yeah, I wasn't going to take that bet. No way was I going to take that bet. We got that intuition. We know when they're going to show up, when they're not going to. It's close. It's like Tom Sawyer, Sawyer. Well, hi, Kitty. Well, he usually doesn't. Yeah, hi. Okay. He usually doesn't bug me during this. But he's my only lap cat. He likes to sit in my lap. He doesn't really like to be pet. He just likes to be next to me. He's giving me a bunch of kisses right now. Kisses. Yes, I am. He's also the bully. Look, I'm a bully. I look cute. I've got this half mustache, but I'm a bully. Yes, I am. Trying to get your back feet there. Let me help you. There you go. All right. So do introductions and get started here. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. What are you doing? No, dude, that's just no. Go lick somebody else's pants. Dear Lord. God. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. If you're here, please say hello. Say hello, Dion, and I'll say hello, and you'll say no. I'll say hello. It's a movie. Some of you will know it. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I know it. Okay, so we're going to be in As Bills at page 51. I figured this was going to lead us to 12 by 12, step 6, but it does not. So I will also be reading out of the 12 by 12 today on step 6. So for those of you that like to follow along, head there. All right. So we're going to go to Esbil sees at page 51. Now, it might not line up with guidance because they like to take these little excerpts. They like to take these little excerpts and turn them into something else. I don't know why, but they do. Doesn't quite follow along. I think they were kind of, as somebody that does this every day, that has to come up with multiple topics. I've got to come up with like 20 different topics during the fucking week. Okay. Don't believe me? Oh, right. So it can get tough coming up with topics. It really can. So, but let's go and get started. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Clara. It is good to see you both. Let's switch this over to chat. We're getting more popular, man. Yesterday's daily reflection, because I started putting it in the podcast and my Podbean, it was downloaded 42 times yesterday. Now, hopefully one person didn't download it 42 times on accident or something. Or they couldn't figure it out 42 times. The stats aren't quite clear on whether it said, because it says 42 listeners, but does that mean something was listened to 42 times? Doesn't tell me the amount of people, the actual people. So I don't know. But I do know that check this out. I kind of want to brag a little bit here. All right. Right. So this is my Podbean. All right. We're gonna go to the dashboard here. Oh no, we're not. We're gonna go to statistics. Now, if you go down here, look at all this. So I got United States, Russia. Russia is my number 2. Somebody in Russia is really liking Dion. Israel, isn't that cool? Israel, South Korea, Brazil, Japan. A lot of these places aren't allowed recovery there. Their AA is banned. United Kingdom, Spain, Canada, Ukraine, Australia, Switzerland, Denmark, Egypt, France, Jamaica, Mexico, Netherlands. Now it's only one download, but there was somebody there. Romania. I don't even know how to say this word. Seychelles. I know I'm probably wrong. Slovakia and Turkey. Isn't that cool? That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yesterday there was 41 downloads, but it doesn't tell me. Okay. And look, Claire, I want you to see what my 10 most downloaded is. Looky who it is. Good job. Okay. That isn't the total number of downloads. It's actually closer to 80. It's actually closer to 80. That's just February 1st to the 22nd. Yep. It's closer to 80. All right. Let's go back to this. Yeah. The family afterward as a topic. Remind me, and I will do it this week. All right. The coming of faith. In my own case, the foundation stone of freedom from fear is that of faith. A faith that, despite all worldly appearances to the contrary, causes me to believe that I live in a universe that makes sense. Ooh, I think that's a pretty big leap. This universe doesn't make sense to me. But if I keep myself there, there was one point, like when I was going through a lot of stuff with my PTSD, where I'd sit in the backyard. I was still living at my brother-in-law's, and the cars would be going by, and I'd see the road and the buildings and the fences and the concrete, and I would get overwhelmed with the fact that how the fuck did we build all of this? How did all of this get done? It is beyond me, and I don't understand it. It still kind of happens to me every now and again, where I go outside and the world's just too big for me. So I have to simplify it. I have to bring it down to its right size. Okay. Dion, you just have to worry about what's in here, what's going on here. These are the things that you understand. Um, that's a little bit off topic, but to me, this means a belief in a creator who is all power, justice, and love. Uh, I would have to agree that my higher power is definitely all power, justice, and love. That'd be a good start to describing them. Um, a God who intends for me a purpose, a meaning, and a destiny to grow. Yeah, you know, it's 11:11 on 222, and there's two people here. I know Amber and I know, well, all three of you probably appreciate that. Just saying it's 11:11 on 222 means I'm doing the right thing. That's what it means. That's how I take it. So, however little and halting towards his own likeness and image. Before the coming of faith, I had lived as an alien in a cosmos that too often seemed both hostile and cruel. In it, there could be no inner security for me. You know, it's funny because if I was to rely on social media on how the world is acting, I would be looking at the wrong world. Because I go out there, I don't see it happening. I I do not see it happening. Weird. Weird, you know. Now there's a lot of really great people out there. But gosh, it's so easy. It is so easy to grab your camera, take a portion of what happened and manipulate it into a directive. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. You know, you see the ones where the police are acting like a jerk to somebody because they refuse to give their life. Those are the ones that irritate me. I'm like, give me your fucking drive. Why are you wasting their time? Because they want to be on fucking camera screwing around with the cops. Because they want to be something. That's not the real world, my friends. Fuck around and find out. You know, while you're sitting there screwing around with cops because you don't want to give up your identification. Maybe they need to be somewhere to save somebody else's child, but because you want to be a dick. Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't happen out there, but I would have to say that most people that I meet are pretty good people, man. Yeah, absolutely they are. Okay. Um, when I was driven to my knees by alcohol, I was made ready to ask for the gift of faith, and all was changed. For him, it was immediate. Some of us takes a little bit longer, but I do remember the day when I do remember the day when I noticed that um, I no longer had a craving for alcohol. When it had been removed, I don't know, but I do remember the day. I went to 7-Eleven get my very large cup of soda for the day. It was just cheaper that way. $1, you know, for those. And when I say big, I fill it full of ice. And I went there and came back and never even noticed the liquor store. That was it. That was it. It didn't need to be huge. It didn't need to be overwhelming. All right, because the spiritual experience that Bill W. received would have been very overwhelming for somebody like me. I wouldn't have been able to get. I would have ran. I would have hightailed it, man. I'm reactive. If God gave me a burning bush, I'd probably throw water on it. Well, back then, I have burning bushes every now and again. I don't throw water on them, but I try to make sure the flames don't burn down the house. Never again, my pains, my problems notwithstanding, would I experience my former desolation. I saw the universe to be lighted by God's love, and I was alone no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. All right, we're gonna go to step 6 in the 12 by 12. We're not going to read the whole thing. Let's start at the bottom of page 66. But there is a place that we're getting that'll be on 68. Morning, Jared. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Says I have 2 people here, but it's more like 4. See. All right. Just so bottom of page 66. What we must recognize now is that we exult in some of our defects. We really love them. Who, for example, doesn't like to feel just a little superior to the next fellow, or even quite a lot superior? Isn't it true that we like to get greed, that we like to let greed masquerade as ambition? See it all the time. To think of liking lust seems impossible now. Oh, I loved lust. Loved it. Used to. Not so much anymore. It was a character defect of my drinking. It was the very lowering of my inhibitions. But how many men and women speak love with their lips and believe what they say so that they can hide lust in a dark corner of their minds? Even while staying within the conventional bounds, many people have to admit that their imaginary sex excursions are apt to be all dressed up as dreams of romance. Well, they were excursions. There was no romance. There's no romance. All right. Self-righteous anger can also be very enjoyable. This is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, I used to love self-righteous anger. It just means that I would point out what's going on with you. That's all it really means. Or, oh, look what they did, or seeking what they did, going out of my way to find out bad in other people. That's how I know when people are doing it to me, because I used to do it. All right. In a perverse way, we can actually take satisfaction from the fact that many people annoy us, for it brings a comfortable feeling of superiority. Yeah. Now, there are days when I've had enough people, and that's not what this part is. It's when I go out of my way to be angry at people so I can feel superior. Oh, they annoy me. And people laugh. Oh, yeah, people are annoying. See, now we're getting into a different realm here. But there are some days when I'm peopled out. Right? Yeah. Gossip barbed with our anger, a polite form of murder by character assassination, has its satisfactions for us too. Here we are not trying to help those we criticize. We're trying to proclaim our own righteousness. Yeah, I wasn't trying to help. My favorite thing to do was to say something that you wouldn't quite understand, and you would get 10 minutes later when I'm no longer around, so that you would sit there and go, fuck, I should have said this. Fuck, I should have said that. Oh, they're really good at that one. Yeah. I went and learned a lot of big words so I could talk over their head. Now, I knew they weren't going to ask what the word meant because they didn't want to feel stupid around their friends. Yeah, that's all manipulation. When gluttony is less than ruinous, we have a milder word for that. We call it taking our comfort. We live in a world riddled with envy. To a greater or less degree, everybody is infected with it. From this defect, we must surely get a warped and yet definite satisfaction. Else, why would we consume such great amounts of time wishing for what we could have not, rather than working for it, or angrily looking for attributes we shall never have instead of adjusting to the fact and accepting it? And how often we work hard with no better motive than to be secure and slothful later. Only we call that retiring. Consider, too, our talents for procrastination, which is really sloth in 5 syllables. Nearly anyone could submit a good list of such defects as these, and few of us would seriously think of giving them up, at least until they cause us excessive misery. We tend not to change unless there's pain. Some people, of course, may conclude that they are indeed ready to have all such defects taken from them. But even these people, if they construct a list of still milder defects, will be obliged to admit they prefer to hang on to some of them. Therefore, it seems plain that few of us can quickly or easily become ready to aim at spiritual moral perfection. We want to settle for as much perfection as will get us by in life, according, of course, to our various and sundry ideas of what will get us by. So the difference between the boys and the men is the difference between striving for a self-determined objective and the perfect objective, which is God. Somebody's in there, I gotta slam a door. I'm in a hurry. That door slams. It doesn't matter how you close that door. It slams. Oh, it's a hard one. Perfection. Well, we're not supposed to be perfect. No, we're not. But we're going to aim towards it. We're going to aim towards that perfection. What? You need my lighter that I stole from you. Good morning. I'm fucking with my wife. She just woke up. Don't fuck with your wife when she wakes up. Many ones will ask, how can we accept the entire implication of step 6? Why that's perfection. This sounds like a hard question, but practically speaking, it isn't. Only step 1, where he made a 100% admission we were powerless over alcohol, can be practiced with absolute perfection. The remaining 11 steps state perfect ideals. Okay, so what is perfection? It's a goal. It's an objective. That's what it is. It's something that we are reaching for. Okay, because here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect the way that you are right now, right this minute. And that's the hard thing to accept. Do I have room for improvement? Yes. Well, that isn't perfection. Well, how would you know? We don't know what perfection is. We don't know what it is. That's the point. Maybe you have reached perfection because it's okay today. Perfection equals serenity. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to have a big head. I'm perfect the way I am. Leads to self-esteem, man. And that's what we're going for. Okay? We got to think better of ourselves. Well, in order for us to think better of ourselves, we're going to have to do esteemable things. That's the only way to build self-esteem, is by doing esteemable things. This sounds like a hard question. Oh, no, the remaining 11 steps state perfect ideals. They are goals toward which we look and the measuring sticks by which we estimate our progress. Seen in this light, step 6 isn't difficult, but not all impossible. The only urgent thing is that we make a beginning and keep trying. Yeah, don't give up on yourself, man. Continue to grow, continue to be a better person, continue to learn things. Okay, because I'm 54 and I don't want to be one of those closed-minded old men, man. I don't. There's so much to learn in this world. There's so much beauty in this world, and I don't want to miss out on it because I was being closed-minded. That's not very fair to me. Otherwise, how am I going to find that perfection? And for those who are just listening, I'm use that in quotations this time. Okay. I got to stop thinking I know what I think I know about perfection, because I don't know. That's why I'm striving for it. All right. If we could gain any real advantage in the use of this step on problems other than alcohol, we shall need to make a brand new venture into open-mindedness. Yep, it's true. We shall need to raise our eyes towards perfection and be ready to walk in that direction. It will seldom matter how haltingly we walk. The only question will be, are we ready? Looking again at those defects we are still unwilling to give up, we ought to erase the hard and fast line that we have drawn. And what is the hard and fast line? I'm not going to give this up. I'm never these qualifications to a dead end. That's a dead end. And I know because I've been there. Okay? I am willing to take a look at. Doesn't mean I'm ready to give it up. Are we ready? That's the question. Okay? And no is a valid answer. It's okay. You're not going to give them all up at once. Okay? We don't want you to be a non-entity walking around. I am robot. Where should I proceed to next? No, I want that for you. I want free will. I want to hear your ideas. I want to, the main reason I love doing this is because I get to hear other things. Give me a second here. All right. Perhaps we shall be obliged in some cases to say, this I cannot give up. But we should not say to ourselves, this I will never give up. Now, maybe you can't give it up yet, but you stand ready. You stand ready. Okay. Now, don't use that as an excuse to not let it go or to work on it. Okay. Let's dispose of what appears to be a hazardous open end we have left. It is suggested that we ought to become entirely willing to aim toward perfection. We note that some delay, however, might be pardoned. That word, in the mind of a rationalizing alcoholic, could certainly be given a long-term meaning. You'd say, oh, how very easy. Sure, I'll head toward perfection, but I'm certainly not going to hurry any. Don't intentionally delay your progress, sillies. How very easy. Sure, I'll head toward, but I'm certainly not going to hurry. Maybe I can postpone dealing with some of my problems indefinitely. Of course, this won't do. Such a bluffing of oneself will have to go go the way of many another pleasant rationalizations. At the very least, we shall have to come to grip with some of our worst character defects and take action toward their removal as quickly as we can. Like anger. Anger is a character defect in a sense. Although notice anger is not listed. You didn't do an anger inventory. There were certain things that affected who you were, that affected your instincts, and they lead to anger. Fear leads to anger. Feeling stupid leads to anger. It all leads to anger. So is anger a character defect? What I do with it is the character defect. I still get angry. I just got a little angry right now. It just happened. Okay. But instead of getting mad, I just close the door. There, now I don't have to be angry anymore. Okay. I think my wife's on with her sister, and she's loud, and she went on speaker. Well, it's hard for me to focus and do this when I have something else in my ear. It's just, I'm not the best at it. Okay. Is that her problem? No. So I could just close the door. That's a great example of something that just happened right now. Okay. The moment we say no, never. Yeah, the defiance, which is a character defect, defiance. Okay. Our minds close against the grace of God. Delay is dangerous and rebellion may be fatal. This is the exact point at which we abandon limited objective and move towards God's will for us. All right, that's going to be it for this one. I appreciate everybody being here. Remember, we have Grassroots tonight, 5 o'clock, Mountain Standard Time. Hope you can make it. It's turning into a fantastic group. I hope you have a great day. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.